Okay, it's time for some profanity regarding Windows and Microsoft Office. I'm trying to use a Microsoft Office package to perform some word processing. And when I try to select a load of characters and and actually remove some underlining, I select it and it underlines the whole lot. So some of it's already underlined, right? So when I select the whole lot, it should underline everything. No, some twerp at Microsoft headquarters was tasked with, okay, so in some instances the user might want this, and in some instances the user might want that. So what we want you to do, Gerald, is to redesign the package, man. We want you to make it so that under certain circumstances it'll do this, and under certain circumstances it'll do that. Yeah, but the user will just get confused. No, Gerald. No, shut up, Gerald, or else you'll be fired. Oh, well, I've got no choice then, I suppose. That's right, Gerald, that's the attitude, yeah! And that's what happens at Microsoft headquarters. Gerald, anyone called Gerald out there? Wonderful people, I'm sure. I'm just using their name as an example. So, someone will pipe up and tell these morons who won't shut up, I don't think it's a good idea to change that bit of programming because it will ruin the program, and they're just told to shut up. It must be. There's no way that someone with intelligence hasn't said, leave the package alone. Because I'm an ordinary user, right? I just want, when I select something and I click underline, even if some of it's already underlined, I expect the rest of it to be underlined. That's pretty straightforward and simple, I think. But no, under certain circumstances it will underline the lot, and under certain circumstances it won't. For all of the failings of Microsoft, it's Microsoft Word, in the past, right? You knew that you had made a mistake. You might get frustrated with it. But the last thing you wanted was Microsoft to go, ha, you're stupid, so I'm going to predict what you're going to do every single time, and if I get it wrong, you are still going to feel stupid, ha. What you wanted was for Microsoft to do nothing. There were maybe a few things where it's Microsoft's fault and they needed changing. This wasn't Microsoft's fault. Microsoft has decided it wants to go over and above, and it wants to invade the user experience, try and predict what the user might want, and then deliver it. And now the user experience is, hang on, why has it done that? What circumstance causes this outcome, and what circumstance causes that outcome? Who knows? Only Gerald, sitting there programming away, annoyed at having to do so, knows. He says to his manager, okay, under this circumstance... Yeah, never mind, Gerald. You've done what we asked you to do. Ha! Yeah, that's must be what happens at Microsoft headquarters. Because the software just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And what I'm talking about is just one example. I said profanity in this video, but I think I've gotten away without swearing so far. But yeah, This is another example of what needs to be fixed in computer software and, frankly, worldwide. When I think of artificial intelligence, I just see a disaster. People just diving headlong into a disaster. It is dangerous enough to not educate people in using their own brains to solve problems. People who do not use their own brains are fantastically dangerous. You might say people who kind of use their brains are very dangerous. Well, I think it's fabulously dangerous to have computer programs responsible for decisions which must be made by humans. And what I foresee is that there will be instances of artificial intelligence killing people. And it's not artificial intelligence. All it is automation. That's all it is. There's nothing intelligent about it. It's just automation. That we don't need that. So this small example is going to be extrapolated to phenomenally dangerous proportions. I find it enormously irritating when I can't see. See, if I select half the sentence, including some underlined characters, and click underline, it will take all the underline away. The bit that was underlined, it will just get rid of the underline. Well, yeah, in some circumstances I might want that, but if there's no way of me knowing under what circumstance, like what percentage of the matter that I select has to be underlined for that to happen, what percentage of it has to not be underlined for that? It's impossible. These fools they're just trying to mess with software until it's just an unusable pile of crap. It cannot be that end users of the product are involved in the production of that product, because imagine a car manufacturer, right? Not one of the employees of which has ever driven a car. Imagine a design department tasked with producing designs for cars, right? All of whom are not human beings, so they have no idea what it's like to be a person. Okay? They have never seen a car or a road before. They've certainly never driven. Imagine the ridiculous mess of decision making that would occur, and the end product, and how annoying it would be, and how useless. I don't see how it's possible. Look, these people are just getting carried away. There must be an industry term for when this happens. There must be a term, because Gerald at Microsoft is sitting there going, they made me do it. You know, and I sympathise with that guy. But the people above him, they've just messed up the whole thing. And they've reported to their seniors, and their seniors don't care, and no one cares, and no one cares, and no one cares, and all of a sudden you've got a big, gigantic problem. You know, why can't people just leave things alone? Why is that the intelligent part of software development not there? The human decision makers who say, no, let's not do that. It's just going to annoy everyone. Because those people, I think they get fired. I think people who use their brains in software development get pushed out of the door. I truly think that that's what's happened. I think there must be some sort of term in professional psychology or occupational psychology or whatever the hell you want to call it, industrial psychology. I don't know. All the terms will mean all sorts of weird and wonderful things nowadays. But there must be a term in psychology when applied to how organizations work, which describes this process whereby people will take a product that works okay and they'll try to strip it down and rebuild it better, and they just end up ruining it, even making it even worse. You know, we have some terms for it. Reinventing the wheel, don't fix it if it isn't broken, you know, that sort of thing. But all I want is intelligence to be applied. And the problem is, with these New World Order bozos trying to achieve what they're achieving, they're trying to make people stupider and stupider and stupider, to the point where they're the same as the gigantic, well-built guy who plays the character who looks like a giant, well-built guy in The Fifth Element, who looks like he should be a big guy who can handle himself, who's dressed like a fop, right? And Bruce Willis throws him a pistol to use to help defend, save the day, and the guy doesn't even know what to do with it. Or the people in Demolition Man who, crikey, they look at an explosion or something, even the men, they don't know how to handle themselves. That's what these New World Order scum want the world to become. A whole batch of non-thinking morons. That's what these scumbags want. We mustn't allow it. It's the same as the communist scumbags. All they wanted was obedient slime. They didn't want to help anyone, they just wanted to control everybody. And they're trying to do the same thing in our society with a softly approach. Here, come and have the stuff that will put you to sleep. Put. So I hate dropping my T's. I said put you asleep. Put you two asleep. What? I'm tired. I'm just getting over a cold. I can't even think straight. Put you to sleep. Put you to sleep. Come and have the thing that will put you to sleep. Instead of trying to hit people over the head with it, they say no. Come. The easy way. Here, look how easy it is. Yeah? Trying to lull oh my God. Is that the society that we have? No. But it's the society that these scumbags want. We can't allow them to do it. We mustn't allow them to do it. Up to putting our lives on the line. We must not allow. We must stop them. Yeah. Oh, on the face of it, it's just small things like. No, it's not just small. These small things are how it starts, but they are. It's not just like one or two small things. It's a million small things, and they're growing. We have to stop this poison of our society, and we have to fix it now. We have to take charge and take control. And you could do it yourself in little ways. When people around you are just behaving like absolute, complete morons, you can bring them up on it. That's our culture anyway. You don't just watch people ruin your society. You bring them up and say, no, we don't do that here. You have the right to do that. In fact, you have the responsibility, the duty to do so. We can't allow this nonsense to continue. And if we can't rely on the state to do it, because the state's under the control of these New World scumbags, then we have to create our own groups to do it ourselves. Not NGO sort of things, which are again under the control of these New World Order scumbags. No, just civic groups, private groups who will start to do the job properly of running the society around us. It's that simple. We have to recover our world. Yes, we can do so, I think, within the bounds of the law. We just have to be responsible. We have to care about what's around us. And that'll put a fly in the ointment of these nasty people who just want to control everyone by dumbing them down into a condition of complete servile stupidity, which will never happen. But they won't stop ruining society to try and get it there. Well, they have to be fought and defeated. That's a responsibility that we have. It's a duty. So we have to take that seriously and act on it. We all know that there's a massive problem. So let's accept it and face it. Yes, it starts off with little things like problems with the way things are designed and products that people use. But this stuff goes deeper and is going to get worse if we don't stand up against it right this second.